with Jake Scott, certified DGen. Here we go.
You obviously read my LinkedIn because it says DGen on my LinkedIn.
Oh, does it?
It does actually.
All right. I mean, it's NFT London. If you're not a DGen, why are you here?
Exactly.
But yeah, beautiful speech that you had out there. Obviously, what do you feel is the biggest resistance when it comes to gamers implementing and wanting to go into the NFT world?
Well, I think the biggest kind of problem is misinformation, because often, I mean, I've got a lot of friends obviously who are gamers, and when I've talked through NFTs with them and explained, you know, whether there's this use case in games or in legal services using it in this way, when you actually explain beyond the pictures of apes that they all used to hearing about, when you explain beyond that, they really get it and they understand it and they can appreciate it because they have this experience of closed economies, like Steam having a closed game economy and everything. So people, I think, really, if there wasn't this misinformation, then that would be a lot easier to get through to them. But you've got to appreciate also that it's very easy in this kind of like modern world where we get a lot of information all the time. It's quite easy to make an assumption because, I mean, we'll have probably done it. We'll have read a headline and been like, oh no, this person's terrible. And then if you actually looked into it, it's like, oh no, it's not. I feel terrible. But that's the same, right? For gamers and NFTs. They're busy playing, they're busy living their lives. They might not be like ourselves and get deep and dirty into it all, and that's kind of understandable. So I don't feel like we need to blame gamers for not being kind of attracted to it. You can understand why with the headlines of scam and the headlines of high prices that they've had this issue. But yeah, I think misinformation and education is super important. So that's why I like doing interviews like yourself are doing. Obviously this NFT conference is amazing. And just any opportunity for people to actually experience it and learn about it for themselves, not in that kind of herd mentality of, oh, I saw a Reddit thing or a YouTuber and I'm like, I'm done with them. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing.
Well, we're an up-and-coming games company, so we're called OpiPets. What we're trying to do is we're trying to connect education with onboarding.
Perfect.
So what we're trying to do is our NFTs are actually part of the utility. So they're the pets that you play with, but also you can level them up, and all of your stats and everything are part of the utility of them as well.
Nice. Dynamic NFTs then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, the whole point behind it is the problem with gaming. I feel that the issue is that there's never a good story. It's always based on how much money you can make, and they forget all about the story. I'm the narrative storyteller, so I'm Dungeons and Dragons background, so telling big waft stories is what I'm trying to do. And that's what we think that's missing, is bringing the story and the fun back to the gaming.
Yeah, and so personally, I've always loved storytelling and story games. I don't know if you, I don't want to assume your age or anything, but did you ever play on GameSpy Arcade?
How dare, yes.
There was a game on GameSpy Arcade called Yarn. And Yarn was everybody contributed a line of a story and then you voted on making that as part of the story. And I loved that. And that was such a draw of you being part of it. So yeah, I mean, the storytelling element is like key, and educating people on like what they're doing and why they should be doing this is great. So kudos to you guys.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Well, it's about bringing the community together, because even our community have written some storylines and also created some pets of their own. Because bring everybody together.
Yeah.
Do you think that the microtransaction stuff has created kind of a defensive attitude in gamers, and that's part of the reason why they're like, yeah, no, NFTs are going to be just another scam?
Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of Rod.
The voice of Rod, the camera. So in case you didn't catch that, yes, when it comes to this kind of misinformation, part of that is about the gamers' fear that NFTs are just a new version of loot box, microtransaction. And in fact, it's so ironic, right? Because it is the opposite. It is the opposite, but games like standard games companies would rather that they didn't know that, because it's much easier for them to kind of sell you something without you owning it, and then for that to be it, because it's a simpler life. They don't have to kind of retain you, they don't have to manage you, and don't have to do a lot of this other stuff. So yeah, I think that unfortunately, as we were talking about the misinformation angle, that is part of like this issue, that gamers have been misinformed to believe that NFTs are a new way of doing cash grab and a new way of getting money out of gamers. But in fact, what they can be is an opportunity for people to own their own assets, to feel more engaged and more retained, which is what all games companies are looking for. They want weekly active users, monthly active users. And so it's really crucial that we kind of re-educate people and do it in a way that's friendly and fun, like doing storytelling and making it a gamified experience is great. And also just kind of having a position that isn't like, have fun staying poor. Like, what we really need to do is really get down on the same level and go, look, I'm a gamer, we're gamers. Everyone here who's a developer wants to make a fun game experience. And we also have this technology, blockchain now, that allows you to own these assets. And that's what we want to make for you. So like, yeah, I think that, as you said, it's really unfortunate that things have gone this way and they've been led to believe that these are a new way of getting money out of them. And don't get me wrong, I am sure that some games developers will want to use NFTs or digital assets to make money. And that's fine. Like, unfortunately, in the world, we need to make money to live. And
it's not a shock.
I know it's not right. And yet we're okay with, certain industries making loads of money, and we're like, fine. But obviously, in the case of gamers, we, and I put myself in that demographic, we are a bunch that are quite easily annoyed and frustrated. It may be because most of us are sitting in our rooms angry at the screen, like, how did that guy headshot me? It doesn't even make sense. Like, I hate NFTs. I hate them. So I can understand it. I'm perfectly placed to be understanding both sides. But I think that, our mission, our collective mission, our collective mission is to just re-educate and do so in a non-pompous way. It's to do it on a level that we all understand, and it is to make games like you guys are doing that are fun and that educate, and I think that's key.
You're an absolute legend. I will let you go. One more thing.
Yes.
If there's one thing you want people to take away from today, what would be your message?
My message would be, I suppose my employer would say, go and check out myNFT. We're a multi-chain NFT marketplace launching soon. But I would also just like to say, it's amazing, again, that obviously even in the case of bear market that we're in now, it's amazing to see how many people from Web 2 companies are coming here and just want to learn more, and they want to build something, and they want to find out how to use this technology in a way that will benefit people. And really, like, the difference that maybe like 9 months of a bear market has made is really positive. It's been that you see groups and projects shining through that, like yourselves, want to educate and want to do stuff positively. So my message to take away would be that it's not all doom and gloom, and that actually, like, we're given a good opportunity to, like, work our craft, help gamers understand why they can benefit from these things. And if the education side fails, just make great games. Don't call them NFTs, just have collectibles, have assets, and then anyone who is savvy can withdraw it and do whatever they want with it. Just give them the option. I think that's it. So.
Better than a cup of coffee. I am energized right now. Thank you so much. And also thank you for the charitable work that you're doing outside as well. There is literally a vending machine for NFTs. All of it goes to charity as well.
Yeah, so
Perfect.
2 fantastic charities, just to mention on that. We have Giveth, who are a Web3 charity, and then we have what we would describe as a normie charity, which is the Roald Dahl Marvelous Children's Charity, and they do fantastic work with terminally ill children. So yeah, if you are around, you don't even need a ticket for the conference, just come to the front of the Queen Elizabeth II Centre, this is where we are right now, and there is a vending machine. You can't miss it. It is emblazoned with neon lights. Go up, present your contactless card, and receive an NFT. You don't even need a wallet. It'll all be done for you. So yeah, come on down and check it out.
Jake Scott, ladies and gentlemen, from NFT London 2022, this is OPTV. See you next time.